Webinars haven't died, trust has. And if your webinars aren't converting like they used to, well, it's most likely not your funnel, it's not your ads, but it's that people don't believe what they're watching anymore. If you've signed up for a webinar recently, then you've seen the pattern. They start with these big claims of success, big numbers which feel exciting, but hey, come on, somewhat unbelievable. Big results that feel a bit too perfect. I did this, my clients achieved this, screenshots, testimonials, proof stacked everywhere. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. Of course, it's important to establish credibility early on, but here's the problem in today's market. People don't trust anymore. People don't know what's real anymore. I mean, we are living in an age of artificial people who are selling artificial products. We're living in an age of scammers. Everyone is on edge and everyone is nervous to commit and buy. So instead of leaning in, people pull back because they're thinking, is this actually real? Especially when you try to make your webinar feel real when it's really not. The moment they think this, everything changes. The second your audience starts questioning one thing, they start questioning everything. The results, the stories, the pitch that's clearly about to come. And that's the moment your webinar stops working. Not at the call to action, but right there when belief drops. And most people don't even realize it's happening. Now, for years, this worked. Record it, run it as live, add a chat box, and it worked. People weren't savvy to it if it was done well. It boosted interaction, it boosted conversations. People felt the urgency and they took action. But now, people know. They can feel it. It doesn't work anymore. People sense the timing's too clean, the delivery's too perfect, the chat feels off, the energy doesn't match. And the second they question, is this live? You've lost them. Because now it feels staged, and staged feels dishonest. And even if your content is fantastic, trust is already gone. And then if you try to fake it, you do more damage than good. And then, of course, there's the structure. Everyone teaches the same formula. Intro and hook, big stats, credibility, personal story, 3 teaching points, your pitch, and then urgency. Webinars used to be something special that people signed up for and they looked forward to because only a handful of people were using them and doing them really well. Now, almost every coach has a webinar of some kind, and a large majority of those webinars are not done well. But people know the rhythm. They know when the pitch is coming. They know they're being led somewhere. So they don't engage anymore. Where we used to wake up the next day to a chat filled with interaction on the webinar while you were asleep, people now just sit back and they watch and they wait for the sale. They're probably also multitasking, so they're not fully engaged. Attention spans are shorter than ever, so they're likely distracted. They're also more reserved and they have more resistance. So what do most people do when the results drop off? They add more proof, more testimonials, more screenshots, more claims, and there's a problem. The more you try to prove how good you are, the less believable you become, because it starts to feel like you're trying to convince them, and people can feel that. Real trust doesn't come from stacking on proof, but it comes from clarity, from saying something that makes someone think, that's exactly what I'm dealing with. So here's the shift. I'm not saying webinars don't work anymore. I'm saying we should run them differently, honestly. Stop overdoing the boastful proof and testimonials and speak more directly to the individual like you'd be speaking with a one-on-one client. Stop saying your webinar is live when it's not, and stop trying to engage them in a chat when you're not even there live yourself. And then change the structure so people don't anticipate what's coming next. Make it fresh, make it new, and stop calling it a webinar. Now, I call it a signature talk. I also like to call it a $1 million message, because that's our goal, right? To not only help as many people as we can, but to cross $1 million with this one talk. Your signature talk should be versatile, not just stuck as an online recording you send people to, but it should be something that you could deliver live, recorded, on a stage, online. Same core message that you can use across different rooms and different platforms. And this signature talk needs to be 100% authentic. No pretending, no fake urgency, no overproduced performance. Just a clear, connected message that speaks to your ideal customer. Not to all of your ideal customers, but to one. You want your listener to feel something, be moved by your message. And it should follow my impact formula. That's irresistible, memorable, persuasive, authentic, clear, and transformative. What do you want your listener to understand, feel, and do? Every talk you deliver, whether it's a webinar, live, recorded, online, on stage, should follow that simple thought process. What do I want my audience to understand? What do I want my audience to feel? And what do I want my audience to do? Now, I'm going to say I find this quite shocking. I meet experts every day who know their stuff. I mean, they are experts in their field, but when they're asked to spontaneously get up and deliver a short talk on their topic of expertise, they freeze. I don't have anything prepared. And I get it. Under pressure, your mind can go a bit blank. And that's why you need a signature talk. And this actually happened yesterday with a group of high-level ambitious leaders and experts that I was working with. Almost all of them struggled to deliver a short message on their topic because they hadn't prepared. They were great at what they do, but when it came time to speak about it on the spot, oh, I haven't prepared. I'm not sure what I'd even say. Really? If you're an expert, you should be able to get up and speak anywhere, anytime. And that is what a signature talk gives you. It's a structured talk that could be delivered with or without accompanying slides. And it does follow a structure, but instead of being heavy on achievements, on numbers, on testimonials, it's heavy on emotional connection. What you want your audience to understand, feel, and do. If your webinar isn't landing the way that it should, it's not that webinars don't work anymore. It's not that ever webinars don't work anymore. And it's probably not your funnel. It's more likely your message, your delivery, your format, and your approach. And if you don't have a talk that you could deliver anywhere, anytime, now that is a real problem. I've broken down exactly how to build that in this next video. So if you want to have a working signature talk that you could deliver anywhere, anytime, and you should, go watch that video.